Hello, this is Gara Lonning, and this is the Just Gara podcast with just fucking Gara, but no one's fucking Gara, and that's the problem.
He's a shady character. What's his name?
Wait now. I got his card here. Yeah, I got it in my pocket. Now, let me see. Oh, yeah, here it is.
Doom. I see.
It ain't nothing like hip-hop music.
You've heard me on countless podcasts, one in particular, talk about the intricacies of my early 20s sex life. And now we will be talking about the intricacies of my sex life currently, which is nothing really to talk about, but, we'll find it. I'm in my studio here in Dumbo. I've been in an artist residency for the past over 6 months. I've been asked a few times if I will come back and make a vlog or a podcast of some sort, and I've really put it into my head so much so that it's happening right now. So there you go. The problem with doing a podcast by yourself is that you're by yourself and then you edit it by yourself. And then after a while, you just start thinking that you've lost your mind. And if you're looking at the video, you can see fully that, yes, that is exactly what I have done. I've lost my mind. I am in a basement. But I now am labeled as an artist. So everyone else just needs to let my insanity go. And if I make good enough art out of it, then I guess it's fine. Trying to not use the words crazy and insane. You guys know how I am. I just don't think they need to be used. But of course, I speak too quickly for my mind at times. I gotta lay some things out for you and physically lay out some of my paintings. I have a studio visit here in about an hour and a half. I don't want to edit an hour and a half of material, mostly because I get tired of hearing myself talk. It's Monday, June 3rd. I've been watching the TV show The Quarterback on Netflix. It's a beautiful period piece about quarterbacks in the NFL currently. Actually, this was a couple years ago. We have Kirk Cousins, Pat Mahomes, and Marcus Mariota. Not much to report on with Marcus. He keeps it pretty tight, at least on the TV show. Kirk Cousins is an enemy in my book, truly just because he's the Vikings quarterback. And I have been a not diehard Packers fan, but I'd put in a limb for those fellas. I love them. When I was younger, I just loved them because they had a G on that, and letter G is perfect. No notes. I have no notes on that letter. I've been watching a lot of drunk history on YouTube. There's nothing like getting to the end of a long day of speaking too much and drawing too much to then just watch drunk people talk about history. It's so mindless, it might actually work. Try it out sometime. It's on YouTube. I love YouTube. This will probably be on YouTube. Here I thought becoming an artist would consist of me going out to parties, having insane sex, and just altogether reveling in my intelligence. That's not happened. I'm not dumb. I am wanting to be a little more mindful in parts of my life and a little more mindless in different parts of my life. I like being mindful around people who are my friends. I like being mindless when I'm laying in bed watching drunk history on YouTube. I've got a different voice now. That's been tough. It doesn't sound like it does in my head. It just doesn't yet. I haven't had it for that long. I had a really high squeaky voice before. It probably wasn't that high, but to me, I found it to be incredibly high. It's another thing, getting high too much. Saying that on this podcast because you guys should know the truth. I'm trying to cut back on that. And maybe you should too. Who knows? I don't really know. All right. Gay, 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 gay. I'm gay. in more ways than one. I've been just about every single shade of gay, I think. Probably not, actually. I've been a lot of different kinds. I like the one I am now. Again, this one comes minus the sex. It's not happening. It's not going. But that's why you make a podcast about it, I guess. My therapist would not recommend. The boys of summer are coming in a big way. I played a pickup game of soccer with a few fellas, and let me tell you, I have not experienced that kind of action in a while. Also, I could feel very deeply my want to win over my want to pick up any guy at all. And maybe that's what we have to look at as to why I'm not having sex. In my early 20s, I don't actually feel like I had that much sex. I didn't really talk about having sex that much on the pod. If you don't know what podcast I'm talking about, then that's great. It's about time that no one knows. So I haven't really felt the need to share that with anyone because I just transitioned. And let me tell you, I transitioned fully. I'm a man, but I'm thinking that I'm a little bit more non-binary than I thought I was a few months ago. I think I was really trying to make this thing work, and gender just is so, oh no, 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 no. The last time I had sex was in Edinburgh, Scotland. So I have not had sex yet on American soil. You know, it's not like I haven't tried, but I haven't tried very hard. I have other things to worry about. If I could just chill out a tiny bit, I feel like maybe my chill attitude would attract anyone. A therapist would probably also question why I'm talking about it on a podcast and if that's helpful at all. I don't really know. I have this special thing about me where I've talked on podcasts so much that it started to worry me that I couldn't talk in real life at all. I met a guy at a comedy show and he was a sophomore. Correction, he was not a sophomore. He was a software engineer. He's a man with a job. And it was funny to me because I talk to software engineers when I'm doing stand up all the time. These guys love going to stand up shows. And I'm always so compelled to ask them why, because that's not how I would spend my time. Yet that night, it was how I was spending my time. We were talking, we were chit-chatting. He came and sat by me, which there were other places to sit. And I had that reaction that some people do, which is, oh, why is this guy sitting by me? And then I saw that he was hot. And it just changed everything. I don't know what it is. And not even like, whatever. He was hot, okay? So I kept talking to him. And then we watched a 2-hour improv show. Incredible, by the way. We got a drink nearby. And I don't really know how to take the date to term. I don't know when's the best time to kiss someone. I don't know when's the best time to do the deed with someone. He and I exchanged numbers, and I'm currently waiting for a text back. I don't think he's going to listen to this. And if he does, maybe he'll text me back. Or maybe he'll be like, no, don't talk about me on a podcast. I try to come to terms with that. I did that a lot when I was younger, and I don't necessarily like doing it now. It feels confusing, my pursuit of honesty. And then in between all of the honest moments came moments that you really wish were not what happened. And then there are moments where people had a different truth than you do. And I guess it's up to you to just determine what the real truth is, but you can only live in your own. I went to a trans party called Body Hack. It was spectacular. It was great. I couldn't see shit, but that's the perfect time to want to hook up with someone. If you can't see them, then what do you have to be nervous about? I've been pretty nervous going out to like queer parties because I'm not gonna lie, I get recognized just about every single time I go. Hence why it was so great that you couldn't see shit because then no one could fucking see me. So I've been writing a show now with this residency. It's like pretty much almost done. It's just about selling it. That's what you just become. I'm like a car salesman for my screenplay. Well, let's turn on the lights and open up the notes. This segment is called Does This Work? Oh my God. A man just sent me a voice message. That's out of pocket. That's out of pocket. No. I'm literally going to take like 3 days to listen to that. I can hear you guys in my head. That's why. That's why I'm doing this again. Because I can hear y'all in my head. You're very nice. Usually you're just encouraging me to talk more. I'm like, I'm not playing this voice message. Why are people so attached to these labels? I've talked about this to no end. It makes me attached to these labels because I'm comfortable within myself. It's when I step outside and then hear the way that people react to me that I'm like, well, if I am just a label, then what is my label? And then I just am like, I don't think I have one. Okay, this is a segment. Talk to you guys about bits. Okay, I'm gonna listen to this. It's one of the guys I met at soccer. Should I send one back? This is wild. Oh my God, fun. Okay, here we go. That's awesome. I'm in the studio. Yeah, I think I saw on Insta that they were out of town. Drag karaoke, that's so fun. Where was that? I'm just chilling in a basement in Dumbo. But you guys saw how quickly I go. Been running a lot of old jokes lately. I wrote an entire hour that is just I'm still like paying off currently. It costs a lot of money to do the Fringe Festival. I've said before, but you should know again. It costs a lot of money. Just wrote to myself, could you be more inviting and not sound lame as hell? Probably. Also wrote to myself, great set last night. That's good. Don't know what I did. Throwing things into the wind. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do right now. Oh, said, been throwing things into the wind. Oh, fuck. I've been throwing things into the wind lately. I guess that's why people leave my life so much. They're like, you gonna throw me into the wind too? And I'm like, probably. I've been working out a joke that's like, I'm not trans. I've just been trying to look like my Bitmoji now for years. Also, again, not really funny. That's why you say it on a podcast and not around other people. Said sort people based on the grades they got in high school. I didn't get good grades in high school, and because I didn't go to college, which I probably would have gotten bad grades there as well, it's kind of what I focus on most are my high school grades. It's kind of funny though, having not gone to college, like, and now being in somewhat of an institution, you just only have to go off of the time that you spent in high school, which was drastically different, but not really. The comedy scene is kind of like high school. It's actually very much like high school. There are cliques, there's a lot of drama, there's a lot of rumors, and a lot of them are about me. I was about to say I'm kidding, but I don't actually think I am. But maybe I just like think too much that there's like people talking about me. Maybe that is the problem, is comedians are like high schoolers because they think the whole world revolves around them. And that's a problem I have. I do tend to think the world revolves around me. But I guess we're just taught that everyone does, and then at some point you let it go. It's funny when I'm writing, I usually write high and then edit sober. When I'm podcasting, I podcast sober usually, and then I edit while I'm high because it's too much sometimes to listen to your own fucking voice. I tell you, I just like now I like my voice better. I really didn't think I would like my voice like this. it still is like I say things out loud that I used to say as a girl that now I can't say as a man. And you're like, Gara, that can't possibly be true. You could say anything you want. This is stand-up comedy. No, you can't. Believe me. I've tried. No, there are like things that you could say as with a woman voice that I can't say now. Like one time a kid was biking past me. Also parents, I don't know. Maybe we should outlaw kids. It would definitely make them more cool. Maybe I'd like to hang around them. You go to parties, people are like, I got a kid? Like, oh, what the hell? Like, can we smoke that here? Or LOL. The joke here is I actually really do like kids. And I said, cool bike. And he turned around like, Mom, who's this kid who sounds like a grown man? Oh, okay, let me put this up. I am gonna have to cut this short. I really like I'll get in a groove with it and I'll be able to like actually stomach the fact that this is just me. But, we had fun. I responded to that guy. See, maybe I wouldn't have if I wasn't talking on a podcast. And yeah, full version of this is on my Patreon. That's still going. I need to pay off the Fringe Festival. Like, before I do anything, I just can't reckon with moving forward fully with a new project until I pay that off. But I'm working on it. I'm doing it. More to come. I know I was gone. I'm sorry. I needed time. And still kind of do need time. I went through a really tough period after my dad passed away, where just nothing made me happy. And then I discovered doing this, and it really does. But yeah, I really lost myself there. But like I knew when I was going through it that like I would probably lose myself for a bit. Like, I mean, I lost my biggest cheerleader, my, closest confidant, my best friend. So it definitely still is like hard to wake up some days. And then even when you wake up, it's just hard to like be there, like be present around people. I think that is sometimes why like I lost a lot of friends, but like a lot of them were just brutally honest about how terrible it was to hang out with me. So I think it made me think that I was like broken somehow, but I just changed. I now don't find my sadness to be so overwhelming. Looking at my artist studio, though, it's like, well, let's see up there. I got clothes hanging from the ceiling because they can't be on the floor. Something my dad told me not to hang them, but he didn't like it when my clothes were on the floor. Well, now he's dead. So, all right. Well, this has been Just Gara with just fucking Gara, but no one's fucking Gara. And that's the problem. More to come. Boys of the summer coming in a big way. I still like women, non-binary people, queer people. And just a little bit more. My Kinsey number increased a bit. But we'll talk more about that too. Okay. Bye. So you can follow me at Gara, my Patreon, patreon.com/Gara Lonning. Bye.